I have already lived through this thing when I was living in Venezuela. Statues came down. Chavez didn't want that history displayed. And then he changed the street names. Then came the curriculum. You guys think it can't happen to you? I've heard this so many times. But always be on guard. Never believe something can't happen to you. You need to guard your country and your society, or it will be destroyed.
That prescient warning from my next guest went viral, and it's not hard at all to see why. Marxists tore apart Venezuela in the 90s and took it from Latin America's richest and most stable democracy to the poverty-stricken dystopia it is today. Now, Venezuela isn't the only country to see this happen. And let's make sure we're not next. Venezuelan activist Elizabeth Rogliani joins me now. Elizabeth, you made quite a statement in your video.
Yes.
What is America, especially the American youth that are treating this like this is a carnival, like a social, social justice experiment in their new entertainment? What are they missing?
I don't think they're seeing past what's going to happen next, because they're thinking these are just symbols of oppression. But I had a lot of friends that told me, oh, it's just the Confederate statues. And I said, no, it's not going to be just the Confederate statues. Just wait and see. This is a slippery slope. The next thing is going to be all the symbols of the United States. Founding fathers are going to be attacked. Religious symbols are going to be attacked. And next, probably museums. I mean, anything can be attacked if you just let it happen. If you just let the first ones come down, then there's no limits to what's next.
Governor Cuomo, Elizabeth, is basically saying that, like, this is just free expression. It's a good thing. Watch.
People are making a statement about equality, about community, to be against racism, against slavery. I think those are good statements, and it depends. Can you overdo it? Of course you can. But in New York, I don't think we've overdone it, and I think it's a healthy expression of people saying, "Let's get some priorities here."
A healthy expression, Elizabeth? Is that where we're headed when all this is said and done?
No, it is not. It's a cultural revolution. It's an attempt to change the identity of the country. That's my opinion. And that's what they did to us. Of course, it was different. At that point, they already had taken the government. But at this point, they're trying to change the national identity, and they're trying to destroy the system. And if they get to the government, they'll do it. They certainly will do it.
Would you be surprised, Elizabeth, if other foreign governments were involved in stoking this discontent? Because if I could think of one, it would probably be China, because they would benefit greatly, obviously, by a destabilized United States, and certainly with Trump out of the way.
Yeah, of course. I'm not sure. I wouldn't be surprised if they're involved. In fact, another of those videos that I made on TikTok, I was talking about how the Venezuelan regime was involved in the protests that are going on now, and we saw the evidence of the VLM founders being an ally to the Venezuelan regime. I saw pictures of them in 2015 where Opal Tometi, one of the co-founders of the BLM movement, went to Venezuela and called and said that she was happy to be in a place with intelligent political discourse. That just tells me
you cannot make it up. Elizabeth, we're going to stay in touch with you and connected to you. Great analysis. Thank you for making us think about this.